Alright, so today I want to do a quick little review, I guess, talking about this show right here called Hijack. Now, this is on Apple TV, and I watched this like 2 to 3 weeks ago, and I just want to talk about it real quick because it's actually really fucking good. Or I actually really enjoy this show. So it's 7 episodes, and it's about a flight from Dubai to London, which is 7 hours long. And if you can, tell by the title, something happens. It gets hijacked. Surprise, surprise. And this is it's like there's a lot packed into these episodes, even though like it's a seven hour flight span over 7 fucking episodes. It's very intense. It's I mean the acting is very good too. Like just the imagine being in the fucking plane, right? In the middle of the sky, you have your pilot, everything is just going smoothly, but then suddenly, you lose control and like you don't know what's gonna happen to the fucking plane. Like but just putting yourself into the situation is very scary. Like especially the last episode, I'm not gonna say what happens, of course. I don't want to spoil it. Maybe like at the end I will talk about that a little bit because I always do like spoilers at the end, talking about the fucking shit. But like it gets very intense, and like just putting myself into the situation, man. Like not knowing what fucking what's gonna happen with your life is it's fucking crazy. But anyways, I won't say that the acting is really well done as well. But the main character is kind of goofy though. He's a very strange guy, but it is a very well put together show. Like it just keeps like there's so much more to it than it seems at first. Like you don't really know much at first, but then you keep like getting more and more information, but also like on the ground, outside of the plane, because of course they see that something's wrong with the fucking plane, and there's just a whole bunch of more lore there. But yeah, that's just my quick little review on this. I give it like a 9.5 out of 10. Honestly, it was a really fucking good show. Now I'm gonna get into spoilers now. Just talking about the show a little bit. So yeah, so first of all, the first episode was goofy as hell, right? Like this was the weirdest, like one of the weirdest moments ever in the fucking show. Because like at some points, first of all, it's weird because apparently this woman is like his wife, right? And apparently she's like dating another guy. Like I don't, it's a very weird fucking relationship, I guess. So they have a kid together. So just and like she's dating this police officer, and the son kind of hates this guy for some reason. Um, but yeah, it's goofy as fuck because he's like Sam is the guy that's the main character. He's texting this woman like they're still like dating or something. Like he still loves her, but like she is just like onto another guy. Like, she does not give a fuck about Sam at all, which is kind of sad. But it is goofy because he gets on a flight to fucking come to her to like surprise her or something, and she was literally telling him not to fucking go, and then he still goes, and then he gets into a fucking hijack situation, which was crazy. Either way, um, the fucking first episode was so like random because like you had some guy that just literally one of the hijackers dropped a fucking bullet in the plane. So the bullet it was just a straight up bullet in the fucking plane bathroom, and someone found it, and they were like, "Yo, what is a fucking bullet? What do we got to do?" And then, but one of the hijackers, so there's like a group of like fucking five. So one of them saw it, and they were asking the girl like, "Yo, what you see?" And then she showed him the bullet, and he was like, "Okay." So one of the hijackers got a hold of the bullet and said he was gonna tell it to the plane people. So what he did was obviously not tell it to the plane people. He just kept it to himself. He pretended like he told them about it, but yeah, but the girls got suspicious and they were like just double checking with the fucking staff about if it's like if the bullet was like actually checked by the fucking guy. And it turns out that he didn't fucking show them the bullets, which obviously surprise, surprise. So the fucking plan of the fucking hijackers already just fucking flew straight out the window because they were only gonna like intervene in like hour number 4, but because the bullet was found, they like started in the fucking first like fucking 20 minutes or something. So they just took over the whole fucking plane, and that's the way it was for like the first 4 episodes, and then like or maybe even 5, and eventually yeah, the passengers ready themselves for a fight. So in like the two last episodes, like they started to fucking fight back. But also, how the fuck is every single episode top rated? How does that even make sense? Like how what what the hell? But yeah, one thing that's very goofy is the main character is like he has a very weird like occupation. Well, it's not really. He's basically like a negotiator. He's like just like he's like the middleman and sort of like deals and stuff. So he like negotiates for stuff like the best price, and he's good with talking to people. Like that's like his fucking job. But then in the first episode, like this man is like asking like the woman and the son like, what does your dad do for a living? And they're like very weird and really suspicious about it. It's like very intense music, and it's like he's like a negotiator or some shit. Like it's very weird. Like as if that was like some sort of like very weird occupation. Like it's just his fucking job. They act very weird about it, what he does, which I found very strange. I was like, why are they acting so weird about that? But either way, this woman is also a great character. She was actually like working at one of those plane places. But I mean, the lore is very like deep here, man. Like there was obviously some stuff that happened in Dubai. Like a whole family got murdered of like one employee that worked there. So basically they like called her off. They just like had her husband like hostage, and so she had to like leave her job. She was like one of those people that like check the bags for like guns and shit, right? Because obviously they got guns on board on the plane. And that was because they led her away, so they could fucking do that shit. And then they killed her. And there's a whole bunch of shit happened in Dubai as well. Also in London, like the hijackers. You don't know their fucking motive in like the first like 4 episodes. I was very confused because their plan was to just keep going to fucking London. So they were just saying like, all right, just sit tight. It's gonna be okay. In a few hours, we'll be there. So I was like, hey, what the fuck is gonna happen, right? And we don't really get that until like the first couple episodes. So I was at season. So I didn't really like the show a lot back in like the first couple episodes because I just didn't see the fucking like what the motive. Like nothing was going on. But then as the last episodes unfold, you get all the information, and then the whole show makes sense. Um, but yeah, just it was goofy as hell, man. There's so two huge criminals, and I mean There's basically like two huge criminals like on the ground. They were like in jail, and basically like their way to like get them out was just to hijack this plane, and then be like, "Yo, if we're gonna crash this shit if you don't free those people." So they had contact with the ground and with authorities, and they freed those people, but they did a terrible job of freeing them. Like they were like trying to track them down, just like keep tabs on them so they don't like fucking escape the country. Because their plan was whenever the plane landed, they would just like recapture them. But like they just lost track of them in like the stupidest way possible. Like they were not professional at all, which of course would not happen in real life. But it was so trash. And also there was some thing about like the plane. Like they were like doing something with the stock market. So of course, if a fucking plane gets hijacked and it's about to fucking crash, the fucking stock market value is gonna go fucking down, right? And basically, like the two criminals were like making money off that, so they got it out to the news, and so the whole world knew that there was a plane that was hijacked, and they kept getting more money from that. And yeah, I mean, one of the two criminals even kills the one another because the one was being too greedy with it. It was wild. And as I said in the beginning, like if you really like in the last episode, so in the last episode they almost like die. Like so they're like having like a crazy ass emergency landing, and they almost die. And in that moment, you see all the passengers screaming and shit, like and just being scared of their lives. I actually was almost crying watching that, bro. Like just imagine being in that situation, just knowing that. Not knowing if you're about to fucking die or not. Like it was the last episode is actually insane, and it actually makes me kind of feel like the show is pretty underrated on this fucking um what's it called on this website of at least I liked it a lot more than people here. I mean, 7.4 out of 10, really. But yeah, the Sam guy that said it, he's a pretty goofy guy, man. Like he is. Yeah, I don't even know, man. This is just the goofiest guy ever. But I do respect him though. He was a cool guy. He did help a lot in managing to recapture the fucking plane. But a lot of shit happened. A lot of shit happened on that fucking plane. Like it was funny. There was a lot of comedy. One of the hijackers also died. Um, which was kind of fucking wild because this guy right here, this man right here, he had scissors and he fucking like it very much like stabbed one of the fucking hijackers with it, and he was literally bled to fucking death. At one point, he couldn't breathe anymore. He was almost dying, so he was So they like put a hole in his fucking chest and he was breathing through a pen. But then he killed himself. He removed the pen. So yeah, they were actually almost about to fucking land the plane to fucking get help for that one of the hijackers because they were actually he was like a brother of like the main hijacker, so he kind of wanted him to live, but he didn't make it, which was sad. But I once again I highly recommend this show. A lot of characters, the stories perfectly tie into each other. Very, very, very deep, and yeah, I don't really have much else to say about it. Honestly, just a very, very great show overall. I do recommend. It's also just insane. Like it's just an insane show, man. Like how the story unfolds, all the shit that goes down in the plane, but also it is a bit unrealistic because the professionalism of both the hijackers and just the people on the ground, like these people here, they're like the authorities that like need to fucking do something about the situation. They're all just like very poor at their job. And the Sam Nelson guy, man, like the fucking main character, he he's a menace, man. Like he risked his life like fucking 20 different times on that plane, and he just never got killed. Like he almost he just kept fucking with the fucking hijackers and just didn't even suffer that many consequences. It was funny. It was funny. I highly recommend. Anyways, that's about it. I don't really have much else to discuss about this movie. Hopefully you enjoyed this not movie, fucking series. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Make sure to watch it if you haven't already. Huge W, and see ya.